And therefore, I am simply pleading with the council, go and sit in a room, give us a deputy presidential candidate without subjecting these people to what appears as humiliation. Because Peter Kenneth has a right to disagree. Martha Karua has a right to disagree. And anybody else who is a deputy presidential candidate. I don't know who else is a deputy presidential candidate.
And Sabina Shege also.
Yes. So if Sabina Shege is interviewed and said, oh, by the way, you're too young. Why don't you wait for another few years? The book you referred to, A Promised Land.
I need to come.
Let me finish, because that is important. By the time Obama decides it's Joe Biden, he doesn't even disclose in his book.
Correct.
What parameters he used.
It was not only him, there was a panel, there were people who
because the Democratic Party, in picking even Obama himself, had a process which, didn't end up with, because Hillary accepts the results of the Democratic Convention to support Obama. That's what it means.
Murkomen.
Let me first say this.
And I also need to answer from your own point of view, from what UDA is doing. What processes are you putting together to get a running mate?
First of all, I just want to say that we cannot stop discussing Kalonzo, just like they cannot stop discussing candidates within our party. Because tomorrow, if in the unlikely event that Kalonzo becomes the running mate for Raila Odinga, and in the most unlikely event that they win elections, that they will lead the rest of the country. It will be for all of us. So discussing either side, our side or their side, is a duty for all of us who are in leadership to ensure that the people being presented to the people of Kenya are capable of running this country. Number two is to say that, unfortunately, as I said, the first thing we must deal with is the politics of deceit. The question of promising people positions and you don't deliver. My friend Gideon Moi, for example, I'd even bid farewell to the people of Baringo and told them, now I am gone. I'm going to pursue higher ideals. Yeah, but today his name has just been presented to IBC, again back to be a senator.
We have to be fair.
I just want to say this.
I did not hear.
I want to say this.
No, you have to be fair. I did not hear.
You called me because you believe that I have inside information on issues.
So this is information.
Yeah,
so he threw a party and bid everybody.
Which is your side? Sabina and I were on the same side the other day.
There's
nothing like saying on my side. The point is this. So many people's careers on the other side have been destroyed because of false promises. And what Mutula Kilonzo is saying is that just be open, be fair, let the process give a product that can be accepted by the people of Kenya. For our side, and the practice all over the world when it's searching a deputy president or a running mate, it's a personal decision of the candidate. You must start from that. Number two, in the United States, the candidate puts together a search committee. That search committee is not public.
No.
It's private.
Right.
In fact, it's only leakage of information that some media houses, will say the presidential candidate it looks like it's considering so and so, and then there will be, or sometimes the search committee will leak a candidate in the hope to test the public conversation. Exactly what has happened for Kenya Kwanza side. The deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, who is the presidential candidate of Kenya Kwanza, first of all, it is his personal decision as to who is going to be a running mate. That is the first decision a presidential candidate makes, and is the first indicator to the people he is going to serve. And in this case, the people of Kenya, the type of the president they have and the type of choices he's going to make. So, to start with, by abrogating this responsibility to some council, which is appointed for purpose of coming up with a deputy president, and then it looks like the presidential candidate doesn't have a personal search, just confirms our position that Raila Odinga is a project, and a project of a council which is going to be headed by an outgoing president. First of all, that is wrong. Number two, for purpose of our side, the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya is in a person who is going to be running mate of William Ruto is in a very advantaged position.
Why is that?
Because William Ruto has been the deputy president. Because William Ruto has gone through the rigors and the temptations and the trials of being a deputy president. At the moment, and I agree with Mutula, it will take, I was hoping that that's the direction it was going to go. It will take a very long time because of the things that Uhuru Ruto did. The ticket of Uhuru Ruto in the second term has done, and the treatment of the office of the deputy president. It will take a long time for people who are going to be appointed to deputy president's office to feel the comfort that they are actually going to be treated honorably. I tell you, Smart, and I don't speak for William Ruto, but as a person who has observed being close to him, for president to close residence of a deputy president, for president to remove completely the budget of the deputy president to the extent that he fuels his car using his own money, running operation expenses of his office, to the extent that you have a deputy president's security being changed haphazardly, to the extent that the deputy president is not called for a single cabinet meeting, to the extent that you're going to issue executive order number 1 to ensure that you strip all responsibility of the deputy president. And William Ruto took it by, gracefully, continued saying, my boss, suffered that humiliation, quietly. I believe, and I have had this conversation with him in the presence of others, that we believe that what William Ruto has gone through has given him the necessary experience to appoint somebody who will be a deputy president, but somebody also whom he will treat different from how Uhuru Kenyatta has treated him in the second term.
But we don't know that for
sure. And that's why I'm saying this. I know for sure that in the whole Kenya Kwanza team, that's why we do not have jostling, there are people who are hoping they will be the candidates. It's a good thing. There are people even positioning themselves, hoping that they will catch the eye of the presidential candidate. But in our team, there is no doubt that the decision maker is the presidential candidate.
Can I say something?
Okay.
Yeah. Can I say something?
I want to go back to Sabina to respond before you come here.
One thing about Murkomen, and he has talked about politics of deceit. If there are anybody or any team that has deceived, there's so-called many people that they are positioning themselves to catch the eye.
That's okay.
It's on his side.
It's ambition.
For us, this is transparency. And that's why it was not a secret group. And we decided as a council.
So this is why you made it public.
And this is not to mean that they will force the presidential candidate to pick the position of the person that they recommend. They're going to see several people. They are going to do a recommendation. But the final decision is going to be made by the presidential candidate. And number 2, Kalonzo and the rest of us were in that meeting. And then if he was forced, as they are trying to show, if he could not have agreed with the decision, then he would not have appointed anyone on that panel. And so that's why I said, why are we going round? Murkomen here has not told us who is going to be their presidential candidate. So let us not just focus, and that's why it's not about, Kenya is not just about one person. And these politics are different from the politics of 2013. Things have changed. And when you also have a deputy president, and I think one of the things that we should look at, somebody who has immediate ambitions of becoming the next president, because I think that's where we lost it.
Why not?
In our team. That is where we lost it.
What do you mean?
Let me finish. You spoke. Let me finish.
No, just on that issue.
Let me finish. I'm not finished what I was saying.
William Ruto and Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta.
You see these people?
Found themselves in 2013 as 2 presidential candidates. William Ruto was running for president. Uhuru Kenyatta was running for president. And William Ruto accepted, like Kalonzo did, to support the president. So it should not be a surprise that he had a presidential ambition. And anyway, which vice president in the world does not have presidential ambition?
Exactly, but not immediately. We have seen many deputy presidents actually who have not immediately succeeded their president.
So Sabina, I want to get this correct.
So, yes.
Is the issue of this running mate of getting someone who doesn't have ambition to challenge?
No wonder Kalonzo is
I'm saying part of the things or trouble that we got from 2013 and out of experience. He talked about the experience and maybe what the deputy president have purportedly gone through, but he has also not told us what he has done to his own boss and his own president, who made him a partner and believed in him.
You tell us.
And because we are not coming to discuss individuals here, I don't want to go through that route.